Welcome to AG's Ace. Let's talk about the bulldozer politics which has reached Delhi now. It started from UP, it traveled to MP, and it has now reached Delhi. It's a very interesting story. So stay with me and we'll run through a couple of strands as to how it started, where it has reached, where it can possibly go. So it began, safe to say, with Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath of Uttar Pradesh, and he used the JCB bulldozers to clear 67,000 acres of government land from the clutches of the land mafia. It gave him a lot of fame. It gave him a lot of ammunition. It gave him a massive leverage for the recently concluded Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, which, of course, as you know, the BJP won very, very handsomely under his stewardship. So the entire credit of that move goes to Yogi Adityanath. Now, how did he get the name of Baba Bulldozer? There again, behind that is an interesting anecdote. Akhilesh Yadav basically was attacking Yogi Adityanath and calling him Baba Chief Minister as to make him sound that he's too oriented towards religion, does not have administrative acumen. And then he came up with a new one saying that one of the English newspapers, once he started this bulldozer move, called him Baba Bulldozer, which later became Bulldozer Baba. So what did Yogi do next? Yogi was smart enough to realize that this can be the trigger of a brilliant marketing tool for him, which he subsequently leveraged. And he used the bulldozer jibe as a campaigning tool, saying it was a sign of how his government had cracked down on the land mafia and it was there to protect the people. He, in fact, said, and I would like to quote him, we have a special machine which we are using for building expressways and highways. At the same time, we are using it to crush the mafia who exploited people to build their properties. Then Shivraj Singh Chauhan learned from this move and he became Bulldozer Mama. So he basically also passed a very stringent law to, and this is important, he passed a very stringent law to recover damages during acts of rioting. It has a provision of recovering the double value of damaged properties within a fixed time. So it came out once on 22nd March in Madhya Pradesh when a youth died in the in Raisen district after a clash, and the chief minister ordered demolition of the accused person's houses. Then again, it came out in Khargon district during the time of the Ram Navami procession. Now here again, the chief minister used bulldozers to demolish 16 houses and 29 shops of alleged stone pelters. By the way, the most interesting tailpiece of this is that quite a few of those houses were built under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana with a letter of gratitude to the CM posted on their walls. So all those houses went with Bulldozer Mama. Now, the point is that why are bulldozers being used in this fashion? What is the message which is being sent? So I firmly believe that instead of just sending out a message of fear, of punishing people, if this can be used as a deterrent to stop something from happening, that would be a brilliant campaign. Not necessarily by using bulldozers, it could be other means. So India needs a campaign of deterrence rather than of reaction. Don't be reactive. Uh, Trigger something which is like a deterrent. Now, another point, very interesting thing is that whenever there is an incident like this, some shops are destroyed, some houses are destroyed, and like what is happening in Delhi is that it was said that these are encroachments which are removed. So there is a lot of politics behind that, and in the civic body is controlled by the BJP. So the NDMC mayor does not have much of his own stature to basically defend. The matter is already in court, and the SC has ordered a stay on the demolitions, but that's a different story altogether. Now, the main thing is that what can the Indian state machinery do to trigger the element of deterrence? I believe it needs to upgrade its surveillance infrastructure. And cameras and drones are already being deployed. What about unmanned aerial vehicles, the UAVs? They can also be used, and that can make it preventive and not reactive because the folks in that area would always know that they are under surveillance, they are being watched, and any untoward activity can be checked to a great extent. Also, please remember that God forbid, if there is a major riot happening in any part of India and you find that, okay, 25,000 30,000 people are involved, allegedly involved. What are you going to do? Demolish houses and shops of all those 25, 30,000 people? What would be the implications? Those are questions that need proper thinking rather than this muscle flexing which is currently going on. The police departments also need to really up their surveillance. And a couple of comments coming from the Delhi police officers that, we were watching the area, we were doing this and we were doing that. This is the best we could do. That is all reactive. What are you doing to prevent such incidents? What is the kind of intelligence gathering do you have? Can you avoid administrative lapses? And the police is not there just to move in when something has horribly gone wrong. The police can do a lot to prevent certain incidents from happening. For example, there was evidence that on certain rooftops there were stones, there were bricks, there were even swords, knives. Quite a bit of that stuff was found. Weapons were used to fire at the police themselves. So there is a lot of preparation and there is a lot of pre-planning and conspiracy. So these are the things to watch out for. There is another way of doing this, which is that can the government debar a family from taking government exams, from accessing finance, also from public welfare schemes, from even taking a domestic flight if people from that family are found to be accused in rioting? And that is one point of pressure that the government can apply and say that you get these two people from that family to surrender to the nearest police station within 24 hours or else. So those are the points that I feel can be a form of very strong deterrence. Where the law is concerned, there are eminent lawyers from the Supreme Court who are clearly saying that the use of bulldozers in the fashion that is being seen in India is totally unconstitutional and illegal. There is no law which permits this kind of demolition. Majid Memon, former parliamentarian, top criminal lawyer, also says, and I quote him, even if assuming that somebody has done some crime or rioting or any other crime, the chief minister or any of the persons from the administration has no right to punish them. So we are talking about a situation which is legally dicey. There is a lot of subterfuge and shadow boxing about how bulldozers are used. So once they are deployed, suddenly the administration says, oh, we are only clearing encroachments. It has nothing to do with illegal demolitions, but at the same time, those demolitions are happening. Bulldozer politics seemingly is here to stay. It has become a symbol of might. It has become a symbol which is used by quite a few of the chief ministers. And please remember, when Yogi Adityanath won the elections, bulldozers were kept in his celebratory ceremony. So Bulldozer Baba, Bulldozer Mama, they are all here to stay. And we have to watch out for what they're going to do next.